If you're watching this video, the chances are you've got a trampoline like this in your back garden. Today I'm going to show you a few things to do on the trampoline. If you can already do them, great. I've got a few suggestions just to challenge you, push you that little bit further. If you can't do it, then this is your time to try. I'm going to show you how to do it properly and safely. Now, trampolining is a really good form of exercise. It's a really good cardio workout, especially on a trampoline like this, which is really hard work. But it's also works muscles you didn't even know you had. So this isn't just for kids, this is for adults as well, so I want you to get on there as well. So Neve's kindly going to demonstrate a swivel hips for us, a seat drop round to another seat drop. Arms are up, and she's going to do a seat drop, big stretch up to another seat drop. So I'm going to assume that you can all do a seat drop. So the first thing we're going to do is a seat drop with a nice big stretch at the end. So if you look at Neve's hands when she's landing, they're facing forwards, so hands are this way. So seat drop with a big stretch up. Good. Now we're going to turn it into a seat drop half twist to feet. So when she does this, it's a big stretch up again, and you look under your arm and you twist. Don't wrap your arms around your neck, a big push off, stretch up and twist. Look under your arm. Now when she's done that, she's going to add another seat drop on the end. So that's the easy bit. So the tricky bit is doing it all in one go. Now if you've got a big stretch up in the middle with a big hard swing, you should be able to make it, but you've also got to move your legs really hard and fast. So you have to make sure you've got straight legs when you do this, so you push them downwards and back behind you, and then you twist. Now if Neve can try and demonstrate whilst keeping her balance, it's quite tricky what the leg sort of movement looks like. So leg goes back and twist. If you can try it up the side of the trampoline, it's a little bit easier. So let's see if Neve can do swivel hips. So you're going to push your arms up and legs go down. Have to be straight, everything straight, really powerful. Good. Now if you're finding this really easy, which most of you probably will, the way to do it is do it lots of them. So keep going, multiple swivel hips. So let's see how many Neve can do. Probably only about 2 or 3 on this trampoline. There's 1, 2.
And Mum's going to show you guys how to do a front drop. So this is it, what it fully looks like. Okay, so to start on a front drop, you want to start on your hands and knees. You don't want to push forward, you want your belly button to stay in the same position, your legs to kick back, and your knees to be bent, and your hands should be just touching, they shouldn't be crossed over or too far apart. So if you want to start practicing on your hands and knees, just going into this position. Okay, now the 2 mistakes here are to completely plunge forward and your legs go haywire backwards. And the other mistake, you can show it and I'll explain it. Yeah, so you kind of do a worm on the trampoline.
And it hurts.
Yeah, so when you've gone from hands and knees and you've built up your confidence with that, you want to start going from hands and knees to standing first. Like that. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to go from standing, no jumping at all this time, and you want to have a slight bend in your knees. Your chest is going to be level with the trampoline, your arms out, and you want your belly button to not move at all, so you literally just want to kick your legs back. So if you want to show it. After that, you'll start bringing your chest up a bit, so you eventually will be at standing height. But
Make sure you take your time, you don't rush this because it can be bad for your back. You've got to be really comfortable with that landing before you move it on to the next level. And also important, make sure you bend those legs as you land, because that will enable you to stand up. If you land with them flat, which so many people do, you can't do anything from it. So for those of you that are really comfortable with your seat landing and your front landing, you could combine the two. So you do seat drop, hands and knees front drop, and eventually seat drop straight into front drop and then back again. And if you're really good, you just keep going. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. And then back again. And then keep going. That's as many as I could do on here.
Right, so Mum's now going to show you how to do a half turntable.
And just to say, this is only for the people that are really quite advanced at front drops. So to learn the half turntable, the first thing you need to do is a double front drop, and when you do that you push your bottom up in the air and tuck your knees in nice and quickly and open out again so you land. From then on you do a front landing, you tuck up and you spin yourself around as quickly as you can, maintaining that tuck position and keeping your chest horizontal with the trampoline. To be able to get round from there to there, which is called a half turntable, you're probably going to want to stand up because it's quite tricky from down low. And for those of you that are really able, you can go a full turntable, which is from there all the way round back to there again. So I'll just do one more from standing. A half. Voila. We're going to do back bounces now. These are really tricky to learn, but once you master them, they're really easy to do. So Neve's going to demonstrate these. I won't keep her doing them for too long because they're quite hard work on your stomach. So if you do 100 of these in a row, you'll wake up with a six-pack in the morning, so go for it. So first of all, you're going to put your feet up in the air. You're going to lock your tummy muscles really tight and start moving your legs nice and gently until you start lifting off the trampoline. Now it's really important that your feet are always up high. They don't drop at all. As soon as you drop your feet, you will sit up. Okay, so I'll just talk you through how Neve's doing it now. So as you can see, her knees are coming in and her legs are going up. So in, out, everything goes out. So arms are down by her sides, legs are out. That's lovely, nice 45-degree angle. So one last thing I'm going to show you, which is for the adults mainly to do with your child, is called kipping. So the first thing you have to learn is your emergency stop, which is the basis for all kipping. So if Kai demonstrates this for you, Kai is my son, he's going to be jumping up and down, and when I say stop, he's going to bend his legs and almost sit in a chair, an imaginary chair. So stop, and stop. So he's got his feet wide apart and he does a bend of the leg, and the trampoline just stops suddenly. Now kipping is the basis of all of this. So you're going to do a series of emergency stops, but you are not going to be lifting off the trampoline. With Kai, I'm going to demonstrate some kipping. So this is where you grab your child, because this is where you need two people. You're going to hold hands, child and adult, and after 3 you will do an emergency stop, and if the timing's right, and it's all about the timing, your child will get all of your energy and you will ping up in the air. So I'm going to show you what that's like. And 1, 2, 3. hopefully you could see I did an emergency stop, holding onto my child's hands, who's a big child, and he goes flying high up in the air, which is why it's really important to hold their hands. The smaller they are, the higher they will go. And 1, 2, 3. And when you do that, it's really funny watching your children's faces. So it's an absolute picture, so it's well worth a try. But don't rush into it, because it is a weird thing for them to experience because they've got no control. So you have to do it very gradually. Just make sure that if they're little, well, any child, that they do not bend their head forwards, because if you're kipping them and their head comes towards you, it will hurt, so they'll hit you in the head. So make sure you keep your distance and they keep their heads upright. So one other variation of kipping is for your child to sit like Kai is on the trampoline in the middle. You're going to stand behind them and you're going to start kipping. Now this is all about the timing. So you're going to stand behind the main part of their body, which is the heaviest bit, and you're going to keep kipping. You basically have to push into the trampoline to do your emergency stops just before their bottom hits the trampoline, and the energy that you save from bouncing up will go through the trampoline into that child's bottom, and they basically ping up. So I push down, now. One other thing you can do with your child, I haven't got a child that's small, so I'm using Bob here. This is Bob. I'm going to take Bob's arms off to demonstrate this, so you've got to use your imagination. Imagine he's a little child. So one thing you can do with your younger child, but not too young, that you can lift and that has enough body strength to hold their neck basically and understand what you're telling them. Get them to lie on the trampoline. You're going to do one big kip, one big emergency stop, and they'll all be in the air and you catch them. Now I'm going to use Bob here, who is my 5-year-old child or whatever. I'll just show you. So one big kip and I'm going to catch him. 1, 2, 3 and push. That's a good one. One more time. 1, 2, 3 and push. So the last thing to show you is only for grown-up kids, so or parents to do with their grown-up children. It is very advanced, and I probably shouldn't be showing you this. It's called bouncy ball. So the child gets into a ball shape. Kai, if you can just demonstrate that shape. So your fingers are locked together like this. His back is nice and flat on the trampoline and head up. Thank you. As the kipper, all you need to do is direct them in that position. You're not pushing them, so whilst you're kipping them, they're going up. You're just positioning them in the air just to make sure that they land absolutely level. If you don't, they can sort of ping off in a different direction, which on a small trampoline like this is precarious. So just make sure you are able enough to do it and start off gently, start off small, build it up. Now I'm quite advanced at this. Kai's done it loads of times with me, so let's show you what to do. So Kai's in a little ball shape. I'm just going to guide him now. When you've done all that kipping, it's actually really exhausting. Okay, enjoy, but be safe. Take it very slowly and gradually. Remember, there's children involved here. It's more than one of you. So health and safety is obviously the most important thing. Enjoy.